What is the most reliable handgun for self-defense? Almost every person interested in firearms has asked themselves this question at one point or another, and virtually every single one of them has wound up with the same answer. There is no answer. With so many different models and manufacturers currently available on the market, it would be truly impossible to crown one handgun as the most dependable of them all. However, there's no denying that some pistols are much more likely to experience problems than others. Here are the best striker-fired pistols on the market today. SIG P226. Before the Navy SEALs made the switch to the Glock 19, the SIG Sauer P226 was their primary weapon of choice. While this 9mm handgun may be bigger, heavier, and far more expensive than the Glock 19, it does come with its fair share of advantages as well. For starters, the extra weight and overall balance of the SIG P226 makes this handgun extremely accurate and easy to handle. The double-action single-action trigger is also much safer than the safe-action trigger on the G19. Plus, it's incredibly smooth and extremely easy to fire after the first pull. However, if you're wanting to buy a CCW, then you may want to look into more compact models, such as the SIG P228 and P229. Being a full-sized handgun, the SIG P226 does tend to be a little more suited for open carry than concealed. For this reason, I consider the SIG P226 to be more of a combat or GTW pistol than an EDC. SIG Sauer P320. The SIG Sauer P320 holds the distinction of being the current sidearm of the United States military, replacing the Beretta M9 or 92 FS. It also holds the distinction of being a truly modular pistol. The actual gun assembly of the P320 can easily be removed from the gun and swapped between different frame sizes that you can purchase separately. With its unmatched modularity, unprecedented accuracy, and uncompromising reliability, the state-of-the-art SIG Sauer P320 has quickly become one of the most sought-after firearms on the market today, chosen by all branches of the U.S. military, as well as law enforcement agencies across the country and around the world. The P320 was adopted into the United States military as the M17 or M18. The M17 is a larger version with a longer slide, while the M18 is a smaller compact option. The M17 is being issued to the Army, and the M18 issued to the Air Force and Marine Corps. Both pistols come with a manual safety, which the standard P320 does not. Beretta 92 FS. Even though Beretta may be an Italian gun manufacturer, the Beretta 92 FS, or M9 model used by the U.S. military has evolved into one of the most iconic American handguns of all time. In fact, this 9mm pistol has been the official sidearm of the U.S. military for over 30 years now, until only recently being replaced by the SIG Sauer P320. While some people may say that the Beretta 92 has obtained a bad reputation over the years, mainly due to slide failures from pre-FS model, I would actually consider the Beretta 92 FS to be one of the most reliable handguns you can buy. The main source of this reliability stems from the open slide design that virtually eliminates the possibility of a jam or stovepipe. In addition, the direct feed alignment between the magazine and chamber also ensures smooth feeding and exceptional accuracy every single time. The Beretta 92 FS is also the perfect handgun for left-handed shooters due to the Ambidextrous Mag Release and safety lever that doubles as a decocker. And while many people complain about the awkward position of the safety decocker, it's actually not that bad once you know how to use it properly. Heckler & Koch HK-45. It's hard to find a better handgun for when SHTF than the HK-45 by Heckler & Koch, built from the ground up with the U.S. military in mind. This .45 ACP handgun is so effective that it was even used by one of the Navy SEALs in the raid to kill Osama bin Laden. So what makes the HK-45 such a great GTW handgun? To begin with, the 45 ACP rounds used by the HK-45 are a little more powerful than the 9mm round that you'll typically see people carry. Now, this isn't to say that 45 ACP rounds are any better than 9mm rounds, but they will definitely do a little more damage when they come in contact with the target at hand. The other main features that go into making the HK-45 such a great and reliable handgun for when SHTF include its ambidextrous controls, ergonomic grip, Picatinny accessory rails, polyvinyl rifling, and recoil reduction system. The HK-45 also comes with a DASA trigger and has a safety decocker that allows you to carry this gun cocked and locked for a quicker reaction time. While some may say that all of these features make the HK-45 a little too complex to be a true SHTF gun, I would most certainly have to disagree. CZ-75. One of the most comfortable handguns I've ever had the chance of firing is the CZ-75. This 9mm semi-automatic pistol comes with an all-steel frame, DASA trigger, and an ergonomic grip that feels like it was perfectly molded to fit your hands. The CZ-75 also has an extremely low bore axis due to the design of the in-frame slide. The low bore axis is a really nice feature as it gives you the advantage of a lighter recoil and less muzzle flip, leading to more accuracy and quicker follow-up shots. And while the CZ-75 may come with a DASA trigger, you can always leave the pistol cocked and locked with the safety on, and use it just like you would a 1911 for a quicker single action trigger pull on your first shot. If you plan on using the gun cocked and locked though, then I would recommend getting the CZ-75B. This particular model comes with the addition of a firing pin block that prevents an accidental discharge from ever happening if the gun is dropped while the hammer is cocked and locked. Browning High Power. The Browning High Power is arguably one of the most widely used pistols for police and military service in all of history. The Browning High Power has been used in 50-plus countries for military and law enforcement use. The overall design of the gun is quite nice. The lines are elegant and clean. It's definitely something that sets it apart from modern guns. This gun's look and design is iconic, and there's no mistaking a high power for anything model. The slim and balanced build of the High Power makes it a great choice for carrying, and makes it one of the easiest 9mm to shoot and control. It's also surprisingly accurate for a short barrel. However, the gun certainly packs a heavy punch, especially when chambered with .40 Smith & Wesson, but the recoil shouldn't be too overwhelming. It's loved by almost everyone who has ever carried it, and for good reason. It's accurate and high-capacity, ergonomic, and likely the most reliable semi-automatic of its era. Glock 19. The Glock 19 is considered to be the most popular handgun used in the United States, if not the entire world. While a big portion of Glocks are used by the police force, even the Navy SEALs have recently switched over to using the Glock 19 as their primary handgun. And any gun that's reliable enough for the Navy SEALs is reliable enough for me. Besides being a great handgun for both law enforcement and military personnel, the mid-size Glock 19 can also be used for concealed carry, self-defense, home defense, and even competition shooting as well. This 9mm semi-automatic pistol is extremely accurate, easy to use, lightweight, simple to clean, maintain, and comes with a high-capacity 15-round magazine. An accessory rail is also included on the Gen 3 and 4 models of the Glock 19 to allow for the use of flashlights, lasers. The best part about Glocks, though, is that parts for this gun are both cheap and widely available. So at least when SHTF, you may be lucky enough to find parts if something ever happens to break.